Hello everyone, and welcome back to my review of the Challenger SS, the super straight beadless version of the Challenger. And as always, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and the notification bell, that way you don't miss out on any future content. So jumping into the flight numbers, the Challenger SS Speed 2, Glide 3, that turn -1 in the Fade of 2, and that's what makes this an SS and very super straight. It is such a neutral and very versatile putter. If you're looking for a putter for a one disc round, this is the putter for you. It is great for players all skill levels. It can hold any lines, hyzer, straight, and hyzer. The Challenger SS can really do it all. Also, as you notice, it had a very flat flight play to it, which gives it a very shallow feel, both for throwing and for putting. And also, as I mentioned, this is the beadless version of the Challenger. So if you like the Challenger, but the bead was just getting in the way, definitely take a look at the Challenger SS. Now, when looking at the flight, as I had mentioned, this disc can do just about anything, and for players of all skill levels. It can hold a hyzer if you power down a little bit, but it also is a perfect hyzer flipping disc and hyzer flipping tool. You can get it to hyzer flip and hold a hyzer, as we saw. You can get to hyzer flip and hold dead straight. You can even hyzer flip it to get it to hold a turnover, and depending on the angle of release and arm speed, you can get it to hold that turn the entire way. Now, even if you're a medium, slower arm, you can get it to hold that turnover when thrown on that anhyzer line. This disc really can do just about anything, and I think it is a very underrated disc. A lot of people, they talk about the Fierce, they talk about the Roach. Well, don't underestimate the Challenger SS. This disc deserves to be in the conversation as well as those because of what it can do. Perfect for uphill shots, tunnel shots. It can hold absolutely dead straight down tunnels. Or if you have a tunnel that gently curves to the left or the right, depending on the way you're throwing, the Challenger is perfect for those shots as well. Not to mention, as I say, it can hold the turnover line all the way to the ground. Don't sleep on the Challenger SS. But how is it for putting? As someone with really small hands, I appreciate how shallow it feels in the hand, makes it really comfortable for putting. Also, it doesn't matter if I'm close to the basket or just outside the circle, it has this extremely straight flight to it when putting. Also, not to mention, perfect for scoopers. When looking at the different plastic types for the Challenger SS, I do have it in the ESP, the Pro D as we've seen, and Jawbreaker. Now, there's not a whole lot of difference in regards to the different flight patterns. However, it is going to be different in terms of their feel as well as how long it takes them to season. If you need something with maybe just a slightly little bit more bite, something that's going to hold the flight characteristics for a much longer time, go with the ESP, but it's still a Challenger SS, so you can still get it to hold that nice turnover if need be. Jawbreaker, going to be very similar to the Pro D, it's just going to feel softer. Some of the Pro Ds are a little bit stiff, some are definitely soft. The Jawbreaker will be consistently softer and still have that great tacky feel to it. Having a disc as versatile as the Challenger SS really gives you multiple ways to attack a hole. You can either, depending on the obstacles in front of you, you can either throw a slight hyzer, or you can throw it right down the middle, or even on a slight flex. Really, from any position, you can get a lot of different great lines out of this putter. Now, as we take a look at all three of these discs side by side with the Lefty lines, you're going to see why earlier I mentioned with the plastic types, the flight characteristics really doesn't change. It's mostly going to be the feel or how quickly you want the discs to season in. Pro D, Jawbreaker, they have nice, a little straight flight, a little bit of turn, hyzer out, and you're going to see the ESP mirrors those two exactly. Again, the major difference, the ESP is going to hold this flight pattern a lot longer than the other two. Alright everyone, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed watching about the Challenger SS. Again, I feel like this is such an underrated disc. It needs to be in the conversation with, say, like the Fierce or the Roach. Such an underappreciated, but a disc that you need to try out. As always, please subscribe if you haven't already. Big shout outs to my sponsors, Discraft and Riverside Pro Shop. To you in the community, till next time, keep banging them chains.